The Transportation Security Administration here in the United States, which controls security for inbound flights to the United States, says that those devices present a potential risk. And so suddenly, as well as being asked to put all your electronic devices, your laptop computers, your cell phones, your tablets, through the X-ray equipment that you've always had to do, now you may be asked to show to security staff at airports that you can turn them on and that they do contain a charge. And if they don't contain a charge, the United States wants those security personnel at European, African and Middle Eastern airports to tell you that you've got a choice. You either give the electronic device up and abandon it, or you change your flight plans. Those are going to be the options that are presented to travellers in what represents a substantial tightening of security procedures for inbound flights here.
Any idea as to what's caused this, Simon? Why the sudden increase in security?
Well, it's a very interesting question, Gareth. They say that they are not aware of any specific threat to US aviation along the lines of the kind of specific threat you and I were talking about last week that was focused on Entebbe Airport north of Kampala. But it seems clear that from chatter in the system that they've picked up, intelligence information that has surfaced, they're worried about a couple of different things. First of all, the possibility of an explosive device being contained in a portable electronic device that hasn't been charged up. And they seem to be particularly worried about Apple iPhones and also Samsung Galaxy phones. Those two have been signaled out for additional screening by security staff at airports outside the United States. Important to underscore, this is about airports in Europe, in the Middle East and Africa, where flights depart for non-stop journeys to the United States. They're also worried about people's shoes. They've put out a new request for airport security staff to take a much closer look at the shoes of travellers. Here in the United States, we're very used to taking our shoes off before we board any plane. That's been the case since September the 11th, 2001 and the Al-Qaeda attacks on New York and Washington. But I can tell you from personal experience in many parts of Europe and the Middle East, you're not often required to remove your shoes before you board a plane. Now the Transportation Security Administration is suggesting that there needs to be an increased focus on travellers' shoes as well. Remember Richard Reed, the convicted shoe bomber who tried to carry an explosive on a plane in his shoe, now serving a life sentence here in the United States for that. So in a couple of areas, they've clearly seen some intelligence that are raising questions about electronic devices and shoes.
You deserve to know more.
ENCA.com